What's up?
We're gonna go over MyFitPal today. Just some little things. So first off, if you don't know what it is, it's a way to track macronutrients, carbs, fat, and protein, and or just a basic calorie range, which if you were a client of mine, you'd be required to hit a certain carbs, fat, and protein each day. So basically, you're going to have your goals that are going to have your current weight, goal weight, and then your macros. So then inside your diary, on this new phone, this is not how I'd have it set up on my laptop. My laptop has pre-workout, post-workout, and then all my other meals. But this new phone did not load that, so it just has the basic version. But I look for, if it's a protein and you know the brand, say Tyson made it, then you'll do the search by Tyson. So I eat too much. Okay, Tyson, say it's the grilled and ready, you would do that. That if you don't know who made it, then you would type in USDA salmon. It'll come up in grams. Now, my client plans are written in grams, but you can change how you want it done by clicking on the unit. So you can go ounces or grams, and then how many you had. So if you know if it has a barcode and you have a scanner, that's the best way to go. If not, you type by brand, or you type in USDA and then whatever it is. Or you would type in whole grain pasta. You know, you're going to type in the actual ingredients. That's the most accurate way. Sugars, if you're on a fat loss plan, you should probably be trying to, and you're a female, you should probably be trying to hit around 60 to 70 grams of sugar. Unless you're training for a competition or a pageant or something like that, then your sugar is even less. So exercise, if you're not careful, your exercise won't, I don't log it at all because macros, I like to see total macros, and you don't want to eat back your calories, nor do any of my clients, so we don't always log exercise, but sometimes you'll see it on my diary. But I log everything under cardiovascular rather than clicking strength. So cardiovascular, if you have a Polar or anything else that can track the heart rate and do a tally base, then you will create an exercise. So like I have my back days in here, and one of the more recent ones that I've done where I tracked it was back and shoulders. It should still be accurate considering the body weight is about the same. So you're going to put in however many minutes, and it'll tell you your calorie burn. You'll save it. So I would recommend doing that underneath cardio. So go to cardio, create an exercise, log whatever your Polar or your other calorie thing says. You can also post statuses. So basically, if you know you just want to talk to your network of friends, then you would pull up status, and it's just like Facebook. You just write a status. You can track your water in cups. So be sure that you're tracking it accurately because their setting is in cups. And then I recommend tracking your weight the same day every week at the same time. So you can keep up with that on here. They now have a thing where you can add a picture when you post your weight status. So that would be the best way to go. And if you're looking for motivation, maybe ask a buddy to share their diary public, or share yours public, and then people tend to do it. Otherwise, everybody keeps it private and you don't even know what anyone's eating. So you're just there for moral support and cheering each other on if you don't see the other person's diary.
But it's just a great way of keeping track of your food intake for the day without having to write it down, without having to keep a notebook on you, because everybody has their phone on them at all times. So
I do want to say, if you're brand new, like, and you say you've never done a diet before, or you've only done fad diets, and you come into this, do not go by just the calorie range. It is a bad idea. 2,000 calories of fruit is not the same as 2,000 calories that come from about 40, what?
McDonald's.
40% protein, 30% carbs, and then some fats. You don't want any straight macro across the board. Protein, I like for people to have protein at 1 gram per pound of body weight, just because lean muscle tissue is going to burn more fat than someone running off straight carbs, and it's better to preserve muscle even when you are trying to lose fat. You don't want to have to rebuild that muscle again later. I've done it. I've burned, I've eaten that way, and it's not a good idea.
So the main thing that I would take out of this is, if you're having a hard time finding your foods, type in USDA for your meats. And because it's one thing that on here is that anybody can put the calories or the new macros of anything and just post it like, oh, let's make this public.
Nope.
So you have to be really careful about what you're choosing.
Do not type in spaghetti and meatballs. If you make it at home, you need to put in every single ingredient, because it is going to be completely inaccurate if you just pick the spaghetti and meatball option on there. Someone created it and someone cheated and lied. You don't want that. You're better than that. So you want whole grain pasta. I had 3.5 ounces or however many ounces or cups. And that's going to be the cooked measure. You don't want the dry measure. You're going to put 1/4 cup of pasta sauce, and you know what? Some brands actually have more sugar than the others, so you need to really put in the brand too. So it needs to be like Kroger traditional meat sauce.
Another thing, like if you're having a hard time finding the exact things, you can't scan it, or you can't find it in MyFitPal, you can go to any of these companies' websites usually, and they have to post their nutrients online. They have to, even restaurants have to post their nutrients.
Go out, even McDonald's, because I have some people that only want meal plans written for them to eat out, so I have to go to, even though I don't support fast food, I have to figure out that nutrition information. So I've seen it. They post their stuff, and it's the official macros of everything they have.
Yep. And if you can't find, after you find out exactly what everything is, and you can't find it in your MyFitPal still, you can physically make your own thing, right?
You can create it.
You can create your own. You
can hit create food, and then you can put in all of I would put in protein, carbs, fat, because those are the 3 things that calories are made from. So that's where you get a calorie total. It's made out of those 3 things. Fats are always worth 9 calories per gram. Protein is worth 4 calories per gram, and carbs are worth 4 calories per gram. So that's how you base it, and that is the #1 reason that people tell you to lower your fats, because they're higher in calories. Think about it. 4 compared to 9, so that adds up. It's like peanut butter. 32 grams of peanut butter is only 2 tablespoons, and that is not a lot of peanut butter. Next to that, it's 190 calories or more.
And when you start getting into this a lot, the MyFitPal is just a tool to help you keep track of it, but basically you'll know, like, oh, I had 5 ounces of chicken, so I know that was so many fats, so many carbs.
A recipe builder in there. I don't know if you can see it out here.
They can't see anything on it.
Okay, but anyway, you would go to the track food, you would go to the mill, and then you would actually go up, and there's a thing that says create, I don't know if it says create food or create recipe, but you can put in everything you used, and you can call it like Dana's pizza or something, whatever you made, and you can save it.
So I'm gonna get MyFitPal later, and I'm gonna make a recipe. I'm gonna call it Dana's Pizza.
Are you? Okay.
You gave me permission.
Let's see, what else? On your things that you're using, your Polar, your Nike bands, be sure to update your weight every time you lose weight, because your calories are going to change. And if it has a way to record body fat, And you know your body fat, even more accurate would, you know, of a reading if you put that in. So you don't want to, a 300-pound person is going to burn probably more calories on an exercise than a 150-pound person. So that's why you really need to keep that updated, because you don't want to overeat thinking that you're burning more calories.
Copy.